There's a very familiar saying, what got you here won't get you there. And truer words have never been spoken about leadership capability enablement. We're consulting with a lot of our clients at the moment around how they shift their leaders to be future fit. And the challenge is that a lot of the traditional leadership programs that they had been using are just not cutting the mustard. It's not getting them to where they need to be. And so we've been exploring, we've been designing, we've been delivering leadership programs that are creating the difference. And if we think about whether you're looking at your graduate population, whether you're looking at your emerging leader population, or indeed your experienced leader population and really wanting to shift them into how they can be future fit, there's a number of key elements that you need to think about as you're designing and developing the programs that you're going to take these people through. A couple of the things that we've been seeing is that understanding not just the capability uplift, but what's the cultural uplift, because there's enormous implications with the new generations coming through the workplace and the disruption and the environment that organisations are needing to work into for the future. We have to get our leaders enabled and capable of navigating all of these things. There's no easy blueprint anymore, and our leaders need to be able to adapt and navigate all of the plethora of things that they've got to face into. So how are we preparing them? There's a couple of things we think are essential in leadership development. The first thing, as I mentioned, you need to be sure you're looking at what's the cultural requirements as well as the capability requirements in your leaders. And how are we shaping the activities and the engagement through the program to ensure that those elements are being covered off. The other piece is how adaptive are our leaders and how do you help them become that way? So there's some things that have to happen in an enablement program to ensure that you're seeing that. Adaptive capacity cannot be built theoretically. It can only be built experientially. And so we need to be building into programs immersive, experiential activities that drop the leaders into a context that is relevant to their business so that they can be involved in it in the moment and test and learn and get feedback. It's the only way you're going to develop those sorts of capabilities, whether it's the adaptive capacity, whether it's the ability to handle VUCA, whether it's the ability to collaborate under pressure. All of these things require immersive, gamified type experiences that are relevant to business. The other piece that it's needed is active enterprise type projects of work, and that's really hard to put together. It takes work to manage, but it's essential as part of these programs so that they are working on business relevant things over time and demonstrating the opportunity to build this enablement. We need group coaching through the process so that there's this constant feedback mechanism. We also need a platform to create collaboration across the cohort that encourages that engagement and leaders supporting leaders as they're growing through the program. And finally, of course, we've got to measure it. We've got to measure this before, we've got to measure it during, and we've got to measure it afterwards to make sure that as we're moving through the program, we're adjusting and ensuring that every single thing that we're looking for from a capability perspective and a cultural perspective is being fulfilled by that program. If you're interested in talking more deeply about this is something we're very passionate about, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation about how you're designing your programs to enable your leaders.